Welcome back to the Divine Now. This is my my second episode, and I'm grateful to be here, sharing some of my thoughts. Not that I have um, all the answers. One of the things that I've really been encouraged by is that you don't have to have all the answers to begin telling your story. And this is what I want to share with you today is you don't have to have all the answers to begin your story, to begin telling your story. Just start telling your story. Just start living who you are without fear, and that takes courage to actually live it out. Because one of the things that we want to have on our side when we begin any journey that's new is we want someone to come alongside us. We want our group, our clan, to stamp its approval on us to say, hey, it's okay, go for it. But I believe that most journeys, you have to go alone. Most journeyings that are significant, you have to go alone. At some point, Gandhi had to go alone. At some point, Martin Luther King Jr. had to go alone. At some point, um, Malala Yousaf had to go alone and decide, you know what, this is my journey, and no one can come with me. I have to, I have to be this. I have to do this all by myself, and it takes courage. The spiritual life is a life of courage. Whether we're looking at the life of Buddha, the life of Jesus, the life of Lao Tzu, who wrote the Tao Te Ching some 500 years before Jesus. He had to go alone in the mountains while all of China was in chaos and all the politicians were fighting one another. He had to get alone in nature to figure out, okay, what is this all about? He had to tap into something beyond himself, beyond the politics of his day, beyond what was going on, to hear something that would, one, benefit him, but also benefit the world. And we are still feeding off the knowledge that he received by going alone. Sometimes you have to go alone to find your own voice. In fact, I won't even say sometimes, all the times, you have to go alone to find your own voice. What is the divine now saying to you in this present moment? What do you feel the energy of life telling you? There's a reason why you tapped into this page, why you click yes, why you are listening to me. It's not because I'm so amazing. It's because there's something inside of you that's interested in spiritual reality. Your soul is thirsty. Come unto me, Jesus says, all ye who are thirsty. All of us, we're thirsty for something that's beyond us, that we can't touch, we can't taste, we can't feel in this dimensional space, but we know something tells us it's real. What is that real telling you? What is your inner voice calling you to do? And so for me, it's taken me several years to gain the courage to start this YouTube page. This is because I wanted to have all the answers. I wanted to be able to say, "Hey, this is it. I figured it out. Here, world, take it." And I once heard a quote that said, "You don't have to be great to start, but to be great, you have to start." There are times that we have to start in the not knowing. One of the stories that I'm really impressed with is Cheryl Strayed, the woman who went on that trek. I think it was called the Pacific Coast Trail. I'm not sure the name of the trail, but she went on this long trail, this long hike that very few people accomplish. And on that trail was her journey. She was lost. She experienced some failure in her life, and she was trying to figure out what was next, how to change her life, and she decided to go on this hike, not knowing anything about hiking. She even bought the wrong size boots. Watched the movie Wild, tells her story with Reese Witherspoon, and she went on this journey, and along the way she would leave these quotes. for people to read. That was her spiritual journey. And she finished the trail, something very few people have done. And she wrote about it in a book called Wild. And now she's speaking around the globe. You know, this woman who was a heroin addict, who did all kinds of things that other people wouldn't approve of, found her way by tapping into that inner voice and having the courage to go it alone. This is what I want to encourage you to do. Go it alone. Have the courage to not need a clan or a group to tell you that you're okay. Take the chance and go for it. And I believe you'll be surprised at what you'll discover. I'm surprising myself with the new things that I'm discovering. Hey, peace to you, and catch you next time.